So you think it is time that you're ready to move? Here's something that I always like to remind all of our clients. It's better to pay yourself than it is to pay a landlord. So let's talk through that just for a second. Whenever you go to buy a home and get a mortgage, the money that you're putting into the property, whether it be on maintenance or towards mortgage, you're putting that towards your investment. You're paying yourself versus simply paying a landlord for something that you'll never see a return on. A couple other ideas to get the absolute best mortgage terms is to make sure that you're coming to the table with the best credit score that you can. Typically, the higher your credit score, the lower the interest rate that you're going to get. And we also have a wonderful mortgage partner by the name of Interlink Mortgage Services. And these guys will work with you to get your specific plan together to make sure that you come to the table with a pre-approval certificate to be able to make the offer on the home the best that you can to ensure you get it for the best price, which prevents you from overpaying for the house. Now let's talk 15-year mortgages versus 30-year mortgages. A lot of folks like to say, hey, let's go for the 15-year mortgage because it's the absolute lowest rate. And also a lot of people like to say, well, let's go for the 30-year mortgage because it'll draw out the longest and my payment will be the less. So it is true, a 15-year mortgage has the best interest rate, but a 30-year mortgage has a lower payment. And the reason for that is because the loan is spread out for twice as long over a 30-year period versus a 15-year period. So whichever camp you're in, it's not really wrong or right. It's just simply better than paying a landlord for the house that they may have with you'll get no return on your investment. Also, money down. More money that you put down, the lower your payment will be. However, you can't let that detail paralyze you. And what I mean by that is instead of waiting for 20% down, even 10% down, if you only have 5%, it's better to start there, go ahead and make the investment in the home. And as the home appreciates in value, you're realizing that extra equity. I've seen people wait for 10% or 20%, even 30% down payment, and they wait 3, 4, 5 years to save all this money up. And by that time, the value of the home has went up and they've missed out on all of that equity. The other thing that I want to talk to you about is whenever it's time to sell your home, how is the demand affected by the interest rate? Typically, the higher the interest rate, the lower the demand. However, the law of economics says supply versus demand will determine how good the economy is. And what we're dealing with right now is a slightly reduced demand simply because of higher rates. However, the supply is low. There's not enough listings to go around for all the buyers that want to buy a home. So this is continuing to raise prices up, therefore making it a good market to either sell a home or to go ahead and buy a home while prices are on the upswing. Also, when you're going to sell a home, it's a great time because cash buyers still exist. There are still probably 30 to 35% of all the transactions that we handle are with a cash buyer. Now, sometimes this is relative cash. Sometimes this is because they've sold another home and they have equity that turned into cash. However, not everyone needs financing on your home when it's time for you to sell it. So in closing, I want to go through just some historical information. Number one, we can help you when it's time to sell a house. But in addition to that, I want you to remember what the average interest rate's been over the last 50 years, and that's 7.73%. If you look at from 1970 all the way till today and run an average on all of those rates, guess what? The highest it's ever been, 18% back in 1981. Today, it's between 6 and 7%. The lowest it's been in 2021 was around 2 to 3%. However, that average is 7% across the board. So today we're getting more to a normalized rate. It just feels high because in the last couple of years it's been lower. So remember, it's important that you date the rate and that you marry the house. Go ahead and pick out your dream house. Pick out the place for you and your family to be able to enjoy and call home. And if interest rates change up, guess what? You are already locked in. If interest rates go down, you have the ability to date that rate and to be able to refinance into a lower rate. So what did we learn today? We learned what interest rates are. We learned how interest rates fluctuate with the Federal Reserve and what you can do as a consumer in order to get your interest rate as low as possible. That is involved in the loan type and the loan partner that you have, your credit score, and your down payment. So it's important that you remember that we are real estate advisors. We can help you when it comes to finding the perfect home, but more importantly, getting the money at the best rate possible for you to be able to move into that home to make it affordable. We know local market trends. We know neighborhoods and areas and cities and tricks to be able to get the seller to help you to pay your closing costs or even to buy your rate down to make sure that your home is affordable. If you're looking to get more information about how you can get the very best interest rate, we want to talk to you. So don't hesitate. Please give us a call. Give us a shout, give us a call, or visit our website. We'll be happy to talk to you. And also, if you want to see more videos just like this, make sure you like and subscribe to get the best deals on real estate.